my name is Bain. I am the Grounds and Landscape Supervisor for the Jamestown Yorktown Foundation, and I'm very excited about this project and today. I'm standing here with Linda and Dan, and they're from the Master Naturalists Society here in the James City County, and they have taken on an amazing project that will really help with the interpretation and sharing the knowledge with the Paspahegh Town. And they're using native plants. I mean, and native plants are so useful and can be used in so many different ways and can really bring the story of how they lived and their lifestyle to life. So that's why I'm very excited about this program.
We are really happy to be doing this now. The Powhatans wouldn't have had a garden like this. Most of these plants would have just been living out in the woods, and they would know where to go get them. But for the interpreters, we need to have them concentrated.
And our demonstration garden is going to be a great example of what the Paspahegh people would have harvested from around them, and also what they would have cultivated to be useful. And what's most interesting about it is they looked at these plants as gifts from nature. And the gifts they used for different things: food, medicine, ceremonial purposes, and utilitarian purposes. And we're going to show you some of that later on.
So our main goal is to have the plants that can be an educational tool for visitors and also for the education department that we have. So with months of research and documentation, we've been able to establish what kind of plants are here in the Paspahegh Town.
We have planted more than 30 different types of plants here. But this one right now is blooming, and it's the spice bush, and it is a much better substitute for the forsythia that you see out there now. Anyway, the shrub gets to be 6 to 12 feet tall, and most importantly, it's a larval host for the eastern tiger swallowtail and the spicebush swallowtail. But the Native American people, they made tea from the bark, and they used it for colds and anemia, and they used the oil from the berries for aching joints.
This is one of my favorite plants. This is a devil's walking stick, loaded with thorns, but it does produce some very pretty berries later on in early summer. The roots were actually used to make a salve for inflammation. They would mix that with animal fat.
The beauty of our demonstration garden is that not only is it going to be friendly for pollinators and wildlife, but we're also going to use this as an opportunity to educate visitors about what they can do in their own backyards, which is really exciting. This is one of Dan's and my favorite plants, and this is called the elderberry. It is a tree that can get up to 15 feet tall, and the pollinators love the flowers. Birds and mammals eat the berries, and every part of the tree is used by the Paspahegh people. The berries are used for a tonic for rheumatism, salves for burns. The branches are used for musical instruments, pipes and arrow shafts. And the flowers have brought down fevers. It's a wonderful all-purpose plant.
Okay, I'm standing in front of a Spanish banet. This is a type of yucca used for cordage. Take a leaf off and strip it, turn it into small threads, and then weave that.
This time of the year is one of the joys of being at Paspahegh Town, because the spring ephemerals are coming out. And this one here is a bloodroot, and it's just a gorgeous, delicate little white flower. And the Native American people used it for medicinal purposes in blood tonification, pain and fever relief, and wound healing. Also, they use the sap for dye for baskets, clothing, war paint, and as an insect repellent. So it's one of those little teeny beauties that you don't pay much attention to, but it has a lot of great uses.
Okay, we're standing here next to a couple of plants called yelpin holly. Use the leaves to make tea. And this plant is the only plant in North America that actually has caffeine. The berries, if eaten, cause nausea and vomiting, so something to stay away from.
Before the Historic Rivers Master Naturalist chapter started working here, we had to get rid of invasive plants. Now, it's truly an ongoing project. For example, we've got this and this is a bad boy we don't want. It's a honeysuckle, and it was growing all over here, so we're trying to get rid of it. Why are they bad? Because they displace native plants, and if you don't have native plants, then you don't have native insects, and if you don't have native insects, then you don't have the birds. So it destroys ecosystems. So we're all about supporting and maintaining the natural ecosystem of this area.
I'm standing here with a nice prickly pear cactus. One of the only cactuses that actually grows in Tidewater, Virginia. This will produce a fruit that's edible, and the juice from it can be used as a dye. Of real interest to me is these large needles can be used for sewing.
Okay, we've got an American hazelnut here. This beauty, thanks to Bain, we dug out of the woods way in the back. Anyway, it can get to be about 12 feet tall, and its catkins, you see these little dangly things, are the male plant. So, it's a great cover for bird nests. It has a lot of pollen and nectar once it starts blooming, and it is a host for the spectacular Luna moth. Do you know that?
No, I didn't.
Anyway, it also is a great source of food, either raw or they stored it for winter. And what else?
Basket making.
They use the stems for basket making. That's cool. And black dye. So, another wonderful plant. Master naturalists across the country are all about building bridges between Mother Nature and our communities. And we're really proud to be a part of this project.